Everybody in the galaxy, welcome back to Tape Tuesday. How you doing? I'm doing great. Hope y'all had a freaky weekend. Had a great weekend. How are y'all doing today? Woo, we got a fun show, a great show for you today. But first, I gotta play you that song. This one's called Nominal Phenomena by Electric Archaic. It's on my album Funko Wunko. Check it out. How we doing in the chat room? We got all the gear right on the table here. We're gonna make some tape loops. We got last week's tape loop. I'll play that for you here after this song. We got Luce in the chat. We got Kiara in the chat, of course. We got Kenneth in the chat. How we doing? Send me some love right there. We got the Tascam 414, my favorite. Got something a little different today. We're gonna try out some micro cassette freakiness. Oh yeah, we got Hen in the chat. Welcome back. It's Tape Tuesday. Spoiler here. Remember our problem child, the ugly duckling tape loop from the last 2 weeks. I just went ahead and fixed it. It's working now. So we can put that in our backup tape loop box, I think. We'll record something on that. Maybe today. But today we're going to make a tape loop. Well, I've been promising you a double reel tape loop. And we're going to open up a non-renewable resource. That's the Memorex. I like it because it has all those nice 80s colors. We got the yellow. We got the pink. We got the teal. Or this is just the blue. You got the blue light. Okay. Thank you, Kiara. Yeah, I like that tune. That was Nominal Phenomena by yours truly. What you're hearing in the background now is Tiger Sky. That's my extended version. It's going to be coming out shortly. But I want to put together a nice little show for that. I got a bunch of cool shows coming up. You want to give me a like and subscribe. Don't miss it. Don't miss the freakiness. Okay, I already said that word too many times, but you know. I only got 20 words in my vocabulary. So you got to let it slide. Okay, let's have some fun today. Woo, where should we start? Well, we got to start with making our tape loop. I'm going to show you how to make a tape loop. Those of you who are new, check it out. Let's get the gear going. Like I said, we're gonna mess around with some micro cassettes a little bit later. That's gonna be a bonus. But we gotta get our standard style. Well, this isn't exactly standard. Usually, what's standard for me is this. I call it the standard tape loop. It's like a tank tread, and then you put it in the tank that is the 414. I swear, man, I love that machine so much. Let me move some of this out of the way. I always got to do that. Got a couple of these for later. That'll be cool. I want to do some. I got some strange theories about microcassettes, and I have some special ones here that are going to allow us to try and make a tape loop on microcassette. I've never done that before. It's going to be a real treat. All right. I got my janky tape dispenser, cassette tape dispenser. All right, I got another one of these as well, and this is nice because it has some audio inputs there. I want to get into micro cassettes. I think they're really cool. They're really fun. I used to play around with them when I was a kid. I printed this out from Reddit. I got that from, what's his name? Kaleidoscopy? Thanks for that. We're gonna do one of these today. I've never done one of those before. Can you believe it? We're gonna branch out a little bit, and then we're gonna branch out a lot with the micro cassette. So I gotta just open up this non-renewable resource here, and we'll just get straight to making a tape loop. There's usually a tab somewhere here. That's kind of sad. They're very beautiful in the packaging, but we're gonna crack it open. There we go. I think the last one I opened up had an interesting vintage smell. Let me give it the smell test here. Doesn't smell like anything this week. Maybe the last one was from a different batch. Oh. Okay. Gotta keep it weird. Just a little bit weird. As usual, I'm gonna turn on the overhead light here. I'm gonna blind you guys with the light. Nice, zoom in. That's a pretty cassette, I think. Wish I could do something about that glare. Let me put a micro cassette under the normal cassette, or compact cassette. They go from compact to mini to micro. Never seen a mini cassette before, but I have seen them on eBay. Okay. So if you joined us in previous weeks, we had a lot of trouble trying to get this yellow reel out of our last tape loop that we made. Let's see, I think I got it right here. I got quite the collection of tapes going on from Tape Tuesday. Look at that. Anyways, let's move this like right along. So that's the one we made. Yeah, that's Tape Tuesday, episode 5. So as you might imagine, I had this reel here, and it was full of tape when we opened it up. And we did some weird rewind tricks, and then we put it into the Ugly Duckling case. Where did that go? Anyways, it kind of looked like a Batman one. We were going to make some dolphin sounds. The Batman tape wasn't having it. Yeah, no. You got to experiment. Just going to get this in focus a bit better. There. That's very nice. So when we open up this tape, yeah, we're gonna have our yellow reel just covered in tape, and I don't like to waste tape, so I do save them, as you can see here. Wow, I got a lot of them, and that's not, and I mean a lot. That's a lot of tape. Well, let's open this up. Let's make our weekly tape loop. Let's see if I can get any faster. That's been one of my goals, to see how fast I can make a tape loop on live television. All right. So when you're making tape loops, for those of you who don't know, you want to find the ones that have little screws in them. Otherwise, yeah, there's really no way to get in there unless you break it. And I don't like breaking things. I like making things. Usually I have some sort of container to hold those in. I think I'll just use the case here. I have seen the Sound of Machines do that. Shout out to the Sound of Machines. Yeah, I like to joke around. Well, a lot, but how fast can you make a tape loop? I gotta make it fast, because it's kind of a weird position for me to be in here. All right, so you gotta be careful. You gotta be so careful with these things. There are these little pins here, and these little wheels, and there are also some small parts right here. Now that's kind of interesting. It looks like there's some lines on the cassette. It's just been sitting too long. Kind of see those reflecting a bit. All right. And since we like the style of this, we're going to keep these slip mats in. I call these things slip mats. I guess I can show you. I'll just put fingerprints all over it. But wait, hold on. I got some tweezers. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it kind of clean here. See that? It's a little plastic. I call it a slip mat. I'm not sure exactly what it's called. I think it helps the tape roll around smooth. Okay. Those of you who know. got to use one of these Bic pens. They talk about using a pencil a lot, but it's not a pencil. It's a Bic pen. And it can help you tighten up a tape real quick. All right, and you know, I forgot one crucial thing. That's my scissors. So we're gonna have to go with some bigger ones this week. Yeah, I gotta have some tape for your tape. And I got that. I like to use this splicing tape. So this would be cool once we get our tape loop made up. We're gonna record some freaky sounds on it. Like I said, I don't like to waste materials, so I'm gonna use some of this splicing tape here to secure our brand new reel of tape that is going straight into storage. All right. So we'll just very carefully. We don't want to lose any of these pieces inside. I'm a Dr. Jim. Not a tape expert. Wait, it's the reverse. Okay, so we'll just get this. Kind of fighting with the focus today, it seems like. But I assure you, I am focused. VHS cameras. What a trip. This is all retro analog. Ooh, that looks pretty good. Okay. Yeah. Just save as much of this leader as I can. And be careful, you don't want that tape to unspool. I did that for you last week. We let a tape go nuts. And it was a giant mess. We got Freaky Teddy over there wearing all that tape like a wig. I don't know why I'm being so careful with this. You're going straight into the box. Okay. There. So we can use that tape later. I imagine we will be doing our janky rewind here to get that nice yellow reel out. But until then, you're going in the box, my friend. I got a lot of tapes. A lot of tape. Should probably organize this a little bit better. Gotta keep it clean. Gotta stay organized. Ooh, that's a good one. There we go. I got enough tape for the rest of history. Okay. Now then, we gotta trim the leader off of that. It's a little bit tedious sometimes. A lot of people recommend just getting a razor. I haven't done that yet. I kind of like to... Ooh, that worked really good. And these little scrap pieces, where did it go? You don't want those falling around in there. Get out of here. All right. It's kind of a meditative process. Really enjoy it. So there's one. That's our new one, and this is our old one. This one has a little bit more experience than that one. I'm gonna check up on the old episodes of Tape Tuesday. We've come a long way. Let's see if we can figure this out. So as I mentioned a little bit earlier, I have my janky tape dispenser, and I call it janky because I don't like to get too crazy with it, but it's It's kind of just a bunch of Lego bricks holding a nice high bias. That's a Fuji Type 2 cassette tape there that I've modified to just spool out the tape. And I got this really cool ruler that kind of holds the tape in place. All right, so let's check out this. This right here is saying for the tape loop we're going to try to do today, 9 inches. But in the article, they also said give or take depending on the tension of your machine. So we're going to go maybe just a couple hairs longer than 9 inches. I'll just measure that out right here. You want to make sure you do a nice cut, a perpendicular cut on the tape, but I'm just going to pull this right out to about 9 inches here. And I will give just a little extra because I've never done this before. You don't want them to be too tight. If they're too tight, they can snap in the machine, and that does not feel so good. Oh, it does not at all. All right. Yeah, I usually have my crafting scissors here today. These are just my standard old scissors. Oh, whoa. Okay. Can you make the cut? Now let's see. Just want to measure it one more time. That ended up being pretty dang close to 9 inches. So let's hope this one works. You know what happens if it doesn't. We got to pull out a backup tape. We've done that the last 2 weeks in a row. Yeah, because the struggle with the yellow reel in the black case. Our Batman tape. We got Liminal in the chat. They're saying if I care about pops, I can use a splice block with with diagonal cuts. I do care about pops. Sometimes I like them. But I don't have a splice block. I wonder, maybe you could share the link for that in the chat or in the comments after the show. I think you can share links in the chat. That'll be much appreciated. I'm gonna pick one of those up. This is my cassette tape journey. Well, the current segment of my cassette tape journey. I did a lot of this stuff over the years, starting in 2020, and it's been one of the coolest things I've done in my life. I've been making music pretty much my whole life. I grew up in my dad's recording studio, and music is the way. This is the way. Gonna get my splice. See, I do. I'm somewhat professional here. I have the correct splicing tape. And I don't have a splicing block. I'm gonna get one of those. That's my homework for this week. Also, welcome back, Liminal. All right. I don't think you need very much of this. I'm gonna just do kind of a medium. That's medium in my brain. Medium length. We will. Maybe I won't make the big bend on that. I like to bend this so I can get at it later, but we're gonna try to make a micro cassette loop here in a bit. So it helps to kind of have this tape ready. All right. Now here's the one trick for you newbies. You see the way the tape is curling? That's the way it was stored. So it's going to want to come down this way and be red on the outside of the curve side. So you want to tape it naturally on the opposite. So we're going to flip it against the curve. And that's kind of how I do it. I'm going to get that splicing block. This will be the last time. I don't know how long it'll take. to get here. I remember looking from a couple years ago and it didn't seem to be that widely available. You want to get this pretty much as perfect as you can. That looks pretty good. Not exactly going for perfection here. I am a perfectionist though. And then just very carefully, it helps to balance off of something. I'm just doing this in the air. It's Junior Batman. Oh yeah. Okay. I think I want to for future episodes. Well, if I can get, I don't know what I need to get, but it would be fun to have a timer so I can race against time. I don't want to. I can race against time when I'm making these tape loops. I think I have a little bit of a trick, and my new trick here is to just put tension on the loop when I'm feeding it through. It's still a bit of a fiddly process though. Yeah, I've already given up on that. Let's try it again. I gotta practice what I preach. That's very important. So strange angle for me though. Yeah, whatever. Oh yeah. I gotta get my janky tape dispenser out of the way. Okay. I'm gonna make this flat. I know it's got a bit of a glare for you. No, it's not too bad. Okay. The tension way. Here we go. Come on. Yeah, there's some old episodes of me just really struggling with this. And that's okay, but we got to make the show go. It's got to pop. Oh man, I just had it get a little overconfident there, and then you make a mistake. I'm hoping this is long enough tape to get both of these reels. That's just maybe, oh yeah, I don't know, that might be too tight. I don't know, maybe that's very, very tight. What do you think? Should we give it a shot? I can push the tape in, but it's not gonna move. Dang it! Oh, that's a big bummer. So the 9 inches, I had a feeling that was not gonna be enough. We could make it really loose, but no, we gotta make our beautiful tape. Let's try that again. Dang it. Here we go with the tape dispenser. Now, this is when I reset the timer. Someone get a timer going. That's funny. All right. Yeah, well, that's a bummer. I just know that if I try to play that, it's going to go snap, or it's going to go... It's not going to work at all. It's not going to work. We got Loose in the chat asking how much it costs to get the machine I use to run the tapes. I assume you're talking about my Tascam 414. I'm not sure where you're located, but I'm in the US, so it's about, you can get them from about $350 to $500, and you will probably have to replace the belts unless someone did that. If they did, it'll be probably more expensive. I made a modification to mine. I'm going to share that in a future episode, so get subscribed for that. I got these jumper cables in the back here, and it allows, it basically adds more resistance to the motor, which makes it play slower. So I can play at Walkman speed on this machine. Now these machines run a lot faster, and they give you access to all 4 tracks at once. So there's 4 little tape heads in there. It's like double stereo. How cool is that? Hope that answers your question. We got Liminal in the chat. They're saying mostly on Amazon you can get those splicing blocks for about $30. I can't wait. I can't wait. Time is so tight. Time is so great. Let's check this out. I'm going on to Amazon. I gotta see this. Cassette, tape, splicer kit. This has definitely gotten more popular since the last time I looked. There's all sorts of strange things there. There we go. That's a 10-inch tape. 10-inch tape splicing kit. Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna leave that tab open. I gotta get back to work. What am I doing? Luce asking how much are tapes. I like to get them at the thrift shop. And you can... Sometimes you can get a whole box of tapes for a couple bucks, depending on where you're at and what thrift shops. But you can also get them on eBay, new old stock. That's where I got this Memorex that we cracked open earlier. I'm not sure how much I got a lot of these things a couple years ago. I have a stockpile. I knew you guys were going to be coming for the tapes, so I got my stockpile ready for the future. Okay. Just checking in on the chat. Get in the chat. Love the chat. I gotta get back to work. We messed up a little bit. Tried to get the right length there, but it did not happen. So I'm gonna move in. Janky cassette dispenser. I'm gonna do 9 1/4, I think, this time. Well, maybe I should just go even more. I gotta practice what I preach once again. You want it to be more loose than tight when you're dealing with cassette tapes. I think I will do a healthy... I mean, 9 1/2 seems a bit overkill, but yeah. I don't want it to be too loose, and I don't want it to be too tight. I think 9 1/4 about. Okay. Right. Better luck this time. Let's see what length we actually got there. We got 0. Yeah, it's about 9 1/4. All right. So when I make tape loops, I am using a high bias tape. So you generally want to get high bias tapes, but it's tough to... You don't necessarily want to make tape loops out of a high bias tape. These are studio grade. These are the tapes that this Tascam calls for. It's kind of like when you're driving a sports car, you want to have premium gas in it. Well, this is a premium tape here, and I did sacrifice one for my tape loop productions, but that tape, I can't remember how much I paid for that a couple years ago, but it'd probably run you about $10 these days. You gotta be looking out for deals. There are also tons of used tapes being sold as blanks, and you can find some really freaky stuff on there. People were freakier back then. Is that true though? I don't know. Stuff's pretty freaky these days. Just want it to be the right kind of freaky. All right, let's see about it. Oh man, I was right. Don't make the bend in the splice tape, because you gotta come right back to the splice tape. I'm gonna try that again. Although there is a bend in there. Okay. Since we opened up a non-renewable resource, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. And just cut off that rubbish there. I want to set it up for success. Okay. Boom. Once again, what you're hearing in the background is... it's my long... I guess it's a soundscape. I usually play Electrified Rain, but this one is Tiger Sky. It's gonna be coming out. I'm gonna put together a really cool animation for that, or do some nice analog visuals for that. Now this does not look as perpendicular as it could be, so I'm gonna use a little bit of that 9 1/4 to just make a slightly more square cut. Usually squares are not so good, but in this case, ooh yeah, the square is your friend. All right. That looks mighty fine. Where'd my tweezers go? I got these metal tweezers. It's probably better to not have so much metal touching the tape, but we're gonna record. We're gonna clear this and record over it. And I did flip it the right way, right? Are you guys keeping track? Oh, I sure hope so. Okay, better luck this time. Here we go. Yeah, that last one, it was just a bit tight. And this one, you know, I'm actually interested to see how much a 1/4 inch gives you on a loop. Just gives you a little. Oh, now I'm making a mess. Trying to show you. I can barely tell, but it is a bit longer. So hopefully I don't have to say third time's a charm. We like to get stuff done in 2 tries. 2 strikes, you're out. Ooh. But in this case, let's go for the hole-in-one. Yeah, that was... Oh... super fiddly. Come on. There we go. I got it. So you got to watch out for these little square teeth in there. I like to joke around about square teeth. I have a show called Monosynth Monday, and that's all about the TB303. And I call it Sawtooth and Square Tooth. Now let's check this out. It does roll. Still a little bit tight, but it might just be the perfect tightness. You can always, I guess, bypass one of these pins here. There's some pins that are part of the case right there, and then there's those metallic pins that hold the wheel on. All right. Now, being very careful. I don't want to pinch that tape. Sometimes it helps to kind of move the tape a little bit while you're putting the shell back on. Yeah, it's getting pinched. Oh no. This is us. Okay, there we go. Now we can do another quick test here. Still seems a little bit tight. It's probably gonna work though. All right, let's pray. Let's pray to the gods of analog, the angels of analog, that this one's gonna work. We got Gonzin in the chat asking if I streamed anything for International Drone Day. I didn't even know about that. You guys got to follow me on Instagram and send me messages about these types of things. That would have been fun. I know you guys are all getting yourselves hyped up in the chat for Tape Week. I think I will try to do a Tape Week at some point, but I want to get my 10 episodes of Tape Tuesday wrapped up, and this is episode 8. So give me a like and subscribe. We're gonna do Tape Week. Okay, now it's so that's cool. It looks and feels, well, of course it feels like a normal tape, but it kind of looks like a normal tape, just without the tape. And you know, I say tape a lot of times every Tuesday. Can't help it. Let's pop this in the Tascam and see if we have a success. All right. So we should hear that pop, hear that splice. Let me reset some of these knobs here. Yeah. All right. And you know what? Oh my gosh, it's not even moving. What the heck, you guys? Oh no. Man, I've been having a lot of problems making tape loops lately. It's not cool at all. Why is it not going? Must be too tight. Oh, okay. Well, let's open it up and bypass one of those pins. I think that's the move, don't you? What a bummer. Gosh. Oh, or was I hitting fast forward? Maybe I'm just on the... My brain is on the fritz. Let's try that one more time. Please work. Yeah, no, I think I do know what I'm doing. I got muscle memory when it comes to the Tascam. Broken tapes. This should work though. When we get it, we'll just flip the tape over one of those pins, and then it should be able to move freely. I've never made one of these before, so yeah, I got on my tape dispenser. I have a piece of leader that goes out and gives me the exact length that I like for that tank tread style. I call it the standard style. I have a lot of weird names for things around here. Let's get back into the gear. Yeah, well, this is the splice tape I use. That's a Splice It. But I am going to pick up a splicing block. I think that's going to make my life a lot easier. And it would be nice to make some tape loops without the splice, the pop, if you know what I mean. Okay. Gotta go back into the shop. Don't you love it? That's why I only put one screw in when I'm testing it out. And when it's working nice and good, I'll put the rest in. Okay, again, you want to be careful every time. And I love how that slip mat is sticking in there. That's really great. All right, so very carefully, I think I will take the left side. Should I? Maybe I should, well, it's pulling this way. I don't know if it matters, but I'm kind of feeling like keeping the pin right here on the left side might be the move. Although, yeah, whatever. I don't think it matters. All right, please don't fall apart on me. It's okay if the reel falls out, but nothing else. You gotta all stay put. Okay, so I just did a little bunny hop of the tape over that pin there. Yeah, that's a lot more loose. Shout out to Loose in the chat. Loose Shay. Give me some love in the chat. Sure do appreciate all you guys. Okay, being careful once again. Oh no, it's getting pinched. It's getting pinched. I'm being so sloppy. Sloppy Jonah. Alright, yeah, there's a weird thing there. I'm not even going to explain it, but it's a little bit weird. And that, so you can see it's not very tight, but it's actually extremely loose. Oh my gosh. I'm always thinking it would be better to pull out that other janky loop that was too tight and then jump the pin, but whatever. Can always redo these things, I guess. This is the fancy brand new case. I kind of want it to be perfect, but well, when gravity takes those reels down, it does tighten them up. Oh, maybe that's one of those weird factors, is that when you put it in the machine, it grabs onto these reels and tightens them up even more. So there's some give there. All right, let's roll on back over to the Tascam. I'm gonna create some suspense here. No, I'm gonna hit play on this, but we got a bustling chat today. Oh, I love it when the chat's bustling. Where's Kiara? Show always makes fun of me for saying weird things. Oh boy. Let's do it. Let's try it. Come on, please work. Yeah, so it is not working. That's rather strange. Maybe it's a problem with this type of tape loop? What the heck? Oh, wait a second. I always gotta make some kind of fatal mistake. Can you guess what it is? Now we do have some suspense. I figured it out. Yikes. Well... Oh man, I don't even have the machine on. What an idiot! Let's turn on the task. It helps to do that. Oh gosh. Now I want to go back and fix my tape loop. Yeah, it's rolling like a stone down a hill. You can hear the splice. It was quite the splice the first time, and now it sounds so splicey. I want to take that back in to the shop. I want to make it nice and tight and see if it works. It makes me wonder if that first one we did was gonna work, and I don't know what I'm thinking. It's a lot of machines to manage, you guys. Give me a like and subscribe for all the mistakes I've made. If I had one subscribe for all the mistakes I've made on this show, I would be a millionaire, a VHS millionaire by now. Let's quickly open this up. I got a lot of stuff in the chat I want to talk about. So many things. I want to get to recording some sounds on something here. I got to make some more tapes for my Ease show. That's Electric Archaic Soundscape Expeditions. Got episode 1 linked down in the description. I gotta do this all over again. Okay, helps to get the reels out of the way. Let's do a little bit of a lowrider there. Nice. Well, I would say I'm getting faster at threading the tape loop, but I've had to do it, what is this, my third time or my fourth time today? Yikes. Okay, that's in. That is in. Yeah, just gonna make me a little bit happier to see the nice shape of it when it's being stored. So maybe we can have our tape and play it too. I kind of like that. Have your tape and play it too. Yeah, see, I'm getting quicker. I just... Oh gosh. Okay. Anyways. Here we go. That's a beautiful tape. Come on, baby. Yeah. I just love it. Whoa. All right. Back to the Tascam, and then I'll check out the chat here. Okay, so we had Anders in the chat. They're saying, my Tascam invariably triggers auto stop when using tape loops. Have given up. What's the secret? How are you guys doing it? I've never had that happen in my Tascam. What kind of Tascam do you have? Maybe you need new belts. My Tascam worked pretty good when I first got it. Okay, please, come on, let's do it. See, wow, it's not working. So, oh my gosh, you guys. This is a freaking joke. Oh my goodness. We gotta go back to the shop once again. It is twirling the reel. Well, naturally it would spin the reel, right? Yeah, hey Anders, maybe your tape loops are too tight. Gotta have them hang a little bit loose. Okay, one last shot before I let it slide. When you're a scientist, you gotta do your differential diagnosis, figure out what the problem is, nice and naturally. And it is good to know that first tape loop we made definitely wasn't gonna work. And this second one, well, we were on the right track. I just wanted it to be nice and pretty, but I guess it's not pretty if it doesn't work. Right. Oh gosh. And I'm not sure what we're gaining here. What is it? A 1/4 inch of tape? About a 1/4 inch of tape. So I don't know what that equals in playtime, but all right, let's get that. Let's do the bunny hop again. All right. Keep it all in there with no pressure. Okay, so just hop the pin. Hop the pin again. It's looking good. Once again, if you're having fun here, I know we haven't had a couple of issues, but give me a like and a subscribe if you're having fun. Oh man, this thing it's kind of a pain every time. It's pinching. I think a lot of these tapes are made... Oh, whoa, there's a pinch inside of there too. I wonder if I can... Oh, that's the splice. It was going, rah, help me. Turning into a Frankenstein tape. Well, not quite. We're going to make some Frankenstein tapes in some future episodes. And what that means to me is kind of cutting into the tape. I don't like cutting into my machines. But I think you can... Oh, wow. Is that pinched? That does not look very happy in there. What is going on? Oh, no. Oh, crap. Wow, okay, so... the day of a million tape revisions. Something is not happy in there. I gotta fix it. Aye. I would apologize, my friends, but, you know, that's just how it goes. Get back down into the lowrider mode. And, of course, I lost it a little bit. It's the tape splice. It's kind of messing with me. Wait, is it? It's getting... Oh, no. There's this chunk of... Oh, my gosh. Well, now I show you how not to do it. Yeah, it's getting pinched on this piece of plastic. There's a little riser. See that? That little shiny horizontal piece? It's getting pinched on that. Oh, my goodness. I'd say it's time to break out the backup tape loop, but This one is just too beautiful. I'm gonna have to cut another tape loop out of that. Or I suppose I could just... No, we're going to use the 2 yellow reels. And now that I look at them, one is made out of a different plastic than the other. How weird is that? This one is slightly translucent. Sometimes you see that with Legos. And this one's more opaque. All right, well... This is the thing about perfectionism. It's sometimes the enemy of progress. Let me check up on the chat here. All right, so let's see. We got Hen in the chat. You can bundle Monosynth Monday into Tape Week with Monosynth Tape Loop Monday then. Yeah. Well, I'm going to bring Monosynth Monday back, but I still got my 303. I got it cracked open like an oyster. And I got all the brand new switches from Italy, and I did pick up the... You want to see something? I did pick up the solder. And, you know, I'm old school, so I got the... It's really, really funny. At the electronics shop, they had a couple bins of solder, and on the one it said, just like the good old days. But they put it in a nice biohazard bag. That's for my acid house synthesizer. I think it goes nice. Yeah, because it's lead. Was it a 60-40? 40 lead, 60 tin, something like that. But... with a flux core for our time-traveling Silva Surface Synth. That's Monosynth Monday. I got 10 episodes of that. Check it out on my channel. We had a lot of fun. But yeah, my 303, it's sitting right there. Oh, dang it. It's on the... it's on the fritz. The switches are on the fritz. It sounds fantastic, but I got to put in new switches. And I've been planning to do that on live stream, but the problem is that the flux, it puts off a lot of fumes, and I really care more about my health than I do about chemicals in my that are needed to make things happen. So I've been tempted to just do the dang switch repair. I don't know if you guys really, really, really want to see that. I can figure out some sort of way to rig up my live stream setup outside. I don't want to do it inside. I've done a lot of soldering. Well, not that much, but a lot for me. I consider myself a janky electronics engineer, and yeah, but I just don't want to breathe in. I don't want to breathe in any chemicals. We already have enough exposure as it is, so nature knows best. You know, I always say it. Let's go for a clean future here, and I don't want my musical instruments to hurt me. Okay, yeah, so Hen in the chat. What's happening? Too tight. The tape loop is too freaking tight. I have to cut a new one. So, whoever this guy is, Kaleidoscopy, I'm not sure what kind of... That's where I got this. I got this from the tape looping subreddit. Tape looping or tape loops. And I had a feeling that 9 inches here, it was not correct. And I'm not sure. Maybe it's because they're going straight off the wheels, but like we just found out, there's this thing on this specific Memorex tape that's not going to allow me to run the tape through it, so it's pinching it. So I have to kind of figure out my own length there, even though it did look a little bit loose. Yeah, I don't know. Kaleidoscopy in the subreddit. I'm coming after you. No. It's always jokes, you know. Oh, I gotta stretch my back out. That's a lot of tape loop making. We've gotten nowhere with our tape loop today. But thanks for joining me. Okay, time to pull out the cassette tape dispenser. If someone knows the actual length for this kind of tape loop, not skipping over any pins, maybe we can try it out. Okay, just trying to get caught up on the chat. It's a bustling chat today. Wow, so maybe I can use these Maybe I can use these in another cassette. I'm actually interested to see, but you know, we already finished this one up, so I'm not gonna mess with that. That was our 5-beat tape loop from last week. That was kind of cool. I want to play that for you. Maybe I'll play it for you right now. I gotta play you something on tape. It's Tape Tuesday. Gosh, we've just been fiddling around with scissors. Like Edward Scissorhands Sunday over here. Okay. This is our tape loop from last week. That level sounded a bit low. That's the Batman bell, isn't it? It was going a lot faster when we made it last week. Yeah, that's cool. I just posted a reel on Instagram about this. I was making some hi-hats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Man, I'm losing it today. Okay. We gotta get this to work. It's gonna be so beautiful when I get it to finally work. Ay, ay, ay. Once again, you're our favorite friend today, the Lego tape dispenser. Maybe I can partner with Lego and so it's about 40 giant long black bricks. That was 9 inches and a quarter for the last one, and it failed miserably. Oh boy. I swear, what do I need now? It was just a bit too tight. It didn't snap, so we're kind of in the ballpark here. Where's my rewind pen? Okay. Gonna pull this tape back in a bit. And we'll ease it out. Once again, that's ease. Okay, 9. I'm gonna go for slightly bigger than 9.5 because I really am. That makes me wonder if this ruler isn't actually correct. I think it has to be, right? It has all these different metric things. Anyways, one can wonder. We're gonna go about 9.5 on this one, and it better work or else we're pulling out the backup tape. Gosh, we're pulling... What is this? The C string here? We already... Maybe... We got the A team, the B team, and the C team! Guess what C stands for? Cassette! Come on, let's get down to the 1 yard line, baby. Go for the goal. I swear this is the last time. Yeah, we were gonna make some micro cassette loops today. Oh man. Maybe it'll be an extra long show today. Oh, extra long tape loop, extra long show. Come on, baby. Work with me. Having deja vu? Yeah, I sure am. Hey, we got Master Tiger in the chat. How you doing, Master? Asking me if I'm gonna try the 17-inch tape loop. Was that something on that on that sheet that didn't work? Yeah, the 17-inch tape loop. I need to figure out how to add these extra wheels. I'm not privy to that at the moment. I was thinking of doing one where the tape just goes oodles of noodles in there. Maybe we'll try that out next week. Since we need to make all of our tape loops longer, we'll just make a really long one next week. It's going to be episode 9 of Tape Tuesday. Oh boy. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll do 10 episodes and then I'll schedule a tape week. Maybe I'll take a vacation. Oh, I can't let you guys down like that. All right, once again, you want to go the opposite way of the bend and don't Mobius loop it. That's when you have a twist in there. And that does not feel so good. Oh man, okay. Oh, the perfectionism. Thanks for bearing with me. I always think of Freaky Teddy when I say that. Where's Freaky? How much do you guys like Freaky Teddy anyway? Freaky Teddy. Oh no. Freaky Teddy Bear with me. This is our 4th try. Okay. And you better work. You better work. Yeah, if you're taking up space in my studio, you gotta have a job. That's what I told Freaky Teddy. He is freaky. Okay, this is going to work. So I gave it plenty of enough space. Alone in space. It's gotta be a family. This is not a race. Although I do want to have my timer. My tape timer. Yeah, I need a tape timer. Maybe I can make one out of a cassette machine. I don't know. How should I do that? Let me know in the chat. How can I come up with a fun... Now that looks very loose indeed. Yikes. Wow, that doesn't even look cool. Dang it. Well, I gotta have one though, and since this cassette is so pretty little tape cassette. Yeah. All right, so that's actually probably gonna function this time. Where's my splice? Come on, let's see it. Do I have a pinch? Where's the splice? Oh man, I hope I didn't put that in backward. There it is. Okay, I'm just looking for that little blue tape in there. Hey, it matches. Oh, sweet. Okay. Yeah. Freaky Teddy's taking a nap today. With the tape afro. If enough people make a request, I'll bring out the freaky, but... Okay. 4th time's a charm, right? I swear. I swear, my friends. So freaky. We got Hen in the chat. We got Juan in the chat. You got it. It's frustrating. Yet entertaining at the same time. I'm glad you guys think this is all entertaining. I'm over here with my crunchy back talking about my freaky teddy bear. Oh, man. Here we go. Let's try it out. Yes. Oh, what is that scam? Okay, guys. If this doesn't work, I will unspool a cassette tape. I don't know what can I even threaten on here. I will. You got this piece of scotch tape covering up the electromagnet, and I'm holding my microphone. I should just use this microphone thing. I like. Oh, I'm losing it. That's a feature of some of my shows. I just eventually end up losing it, and then we get really fun. Okay. Fingers crossed, everybody. Everyone, let's have a quick little prayer to the angels of the analog freakiness. Please work, please. This is probably why I just do the standard one reel. One reel to rule them all. 2 reels to break them. Okay. Come on, it's working. I can see it. I can see the splice traveling around like a happy planet in its own little orbital universe. We did it. Thanks for supporting me. Now give me a... We got Kira in the chat. Is that a promise or a threat? Well, can't remember what I said, so I'm not gonna say anything. Freaky loops. We got Gonzin. Yeah, Hen in the chat saying he scares me. You talking about Freaky Teddy or me? I know you're talking about Freaky. Okay, I'll leave. I see you, Freaky. Stay put. That's a Freaky Teddy. Sure is cute though. Okay. I just needed a little bit of a break there. So what you're hearing in the background is Tiger Sky, and I'm not sure if it's starting to fade out, but it's the extended version. It's the 90-minute long versions. Yeah, so you got about 20 more minutes on the Tiger Sky. But can you hear the splice? We always like to listen for the splice, but maybe this will be the last episode because I'm going to get that splicing block, and hopefully you don't hear the splice anymore. We'll just have to look for the splice. And what that does is it allows you to cut the tape, I think, at a perpendicular angle and at probably a 45-degree angle or maybe sharper. I'm not sure. But the splicing block, it holds the tape in place, and then you get a razor and you can just go brink. And then when you do that, I guess you would have to do that twice on a loop. And then you just tape it right in the block. And it keeps it aligned, too. So that would be a nice thing because I'm always sitting there, being a perfectionist when, hey, man, you could spend $20 and get yourself the right tool. I'm a big preacher over here. Hey, I always, what are you preaching about? Getting the right tools. Sometimes you can brute force things, but not necessarily with tape loops. Well, we got a handful of orbits on this. Now it's time to switch gears and pull out a synth. It's so sad for these tape loops. We can put the screws in now that we know it's working, but maybe I'll save you the time. I got money by the time. My tape loops go any freaking place they want to. All right. What are we going to do? Well, I've been having a lot of fun with the Volca FM. I like that. I like the idea of taking a really, it's kind of known for being a bit harsh, digital. It's a DX7 clone. I think it came out in 1983. The Yamaha DX7, but Korg made a teeny tiny clone of it. That's what we got here again. Yeah, it's nice to be able to show the synth. I have a lot of other synths, but they don't exactly fit on my table. I'm pushing for the studio upgrade. Oh gosh, Master Tiger in the chat is saying tape year. What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take to do a tape year? I'm gonna have to have a setup that never gets torn down for another show. So immediately that means a Monosynth Monday's out. maybe it'd just be like electric archaic year. I don't know if I want to live stream every day for a whole year. Maybe sometime in the future. I don't know. Tape year. Okay. It's still a lot for me to think about doing tape week. I do want to do it though, because I think we can come up with a lot of cool things that we haven't discovered before. We gotta go where no tape loop has gone before. Oh. Alright. Back to the synth of choice. We got the Volca FM. That's FM synthesis. Let's turn it on. All right. I gotta move some of this tape craziness out of the way. Well, maybe I can just put it behind the synth. Because I still do want to try and make a micro cassette loop if you guys are up for it today. I know I got some people over in Europe that probably need to get to sleep sooner rather than later. You got a big show coming up, don't you? Right on, right on. Yeah. Let's head over here. Okay, I got to now then. That was funny last week. Oh man. Got so many jokes. So many jokes. Alright, plug it in. Yeah, it was nice. It's kind of sad though. I like to do a lot of shows every week, but sometimes you can overdo it. So I did tape Tuesday last week and this week, and yeah, I skipped Feedback Friday. That's really cool. That's all about analog video, VHS cameras and whatnot, video mixers. And so yeah, it was nice. I just left Tape Tuesday up. That's how I got the Ugly Duckling tape loop working, because I just thought to myself, you know what? I am not going to waste any more time on live stream fixing this tape loop. And guess what? I had to fix today's tape loop even more times than we had to fix this tape loop. What the heck? It's too much. Okay, well, so that can go in our backup box. Right there. And I probably got to turn the music off. Let me get that handled, and we'll get some patches going on this Volca here. Sweet. So I plugged the Volca in. I'm just taking it mono into here on track 1. This is the fun part, guys. Thanks for everyone sticking around. Let's check up on the chat here. Oh my gosh, I've missed a whole bunch of stuff in the chat. Let's get freaky. Vinylish. Master Tiger. Here we go. I gotta set this for a record. There's a bunch of little gymnastics you gotta do on this. I mean, they're finger gymnastics, I guess. Gotta flip it down to mic line and channel 1 on that. I don't really know. I guess this is the channel. I don't even care. Let's make some music. I have my Scotch tape over the electromagnet, and that means that we will be able to do sound on sound. And sound on sound is kind of cool. I still don't fully understand it, but I like it. It's helped us. It's helped us a few times. Okay, quality over quantity. Thank you, Gonzin. I appreciate that. Hen in the chat, the dolphins. I got the dolphin tape. We made a dolphin tape loop a little while ago, but yeah, you kind of heard some of that on the Tiger Sky there. I do have another tape that's older that has kind of some whale sounds and dolphin sounds. That's why I showed you how to make it. That was episode 6 of Tape Tuesday. If you want to know how to make a tape loop, sing like a dolphin, you can find that out on Tape Tuesday. Okay, I got to stop talking. We got to make something new, something fresh. Oh yeah, okay. I think we're just going to go for something that sounds great. Just make it sound great. That's all I care about at this point. After all of that tape looping trouble. Let's make a great tape loop with our with our extra. How long is it? Like 10 milliseconds of extra tape. Well, now that I think about it, it might be about. Well, let me see here. I gotta check the tape dispenser. I cut it there, and that's like a centimeter. And where's the leader end? So when I do a standard one, it's ending right about 8.5 inches, and that's not accounting for the extra. There's like a buffer on the ruler. It's about a centimeter. So I think we've gained not quite an inch of tape, but it's a negligence. It's just for the look. It's only for the look, so I could have those pretty double reels in there. I've never made one of those before, and it it kind of shows. That was a lot of trouble. Okay, let's find a nice patch. Let's find a nice patch to record. I love the way that sounds on cassette, but we've already done that one. Okay, so now that's our first patch on the list. Maybe I'll zoom you in just a bit more here. Oh yeah, NARF strings. Is that? I think that's NARF. NARF strings. That's one of my favorites. Okay. Right. So that's patch one. I'm going to randomize it and see what we got here. Yeah. Well. Ooh, that's going to be good. I think we should fire right into that one. Okay. I'm going for it, people. I'm going to set this at kind of straight up, 12 o'clock, and I just want to record something. That's nice. I don't know if I need the attack here. Let's get a healthy level going first, though. There we go. Trying to shake your walls. I'll just record that straight away. How does that sound? And I have no idea where the loop is, so it'll be a little bit of sound on sound. I'll let that fade out too. Let's hear how it sounds. Now, one of the cool things about tape loops is there's a bit of a rhythm. It is a loop, so it's kind of doing for International Drone Day. When was that? I don't know if you told me in the chat, but I missed it. I'm missing a lot in the chat. It's bustling so hard I can't keep up. That's cool. I like that drone. You gotta have a nice bass. Now let's see. We're gonna switch over the input. That's cool. I'm always going for a bit of a sci-fi, cyberpunk sci-fi in the streets kind of sound. We got Marlene in the chat saying, bring out the old tunes, the old songs. Oh man, I don't have any old songs today. There's a lot of stuff to get ready, but maybe someone can send me some old songs. Yeah, dang it. Well, let's make something that sounds old. Maybe I can fish out I know the song you're talking about, Marlene. We can try another angle. All right, let's try for track 2. Set it to mic line. Get up on track 2 there. What should we do here? Shall we? Sometimes, well, I like to use the same patch occasionally on a tape loop, but I also like to have different things. Just having a little think on my own here. Try for a different patch, I think. Ooh, that's either distorting. Yeah, that's a bit hot. Could do something like that. I don't know. Let's get the name of that. I don't even know what that's called, but it's something AI. Not even gonna try to say what that name is. Now that's a classic DX7 sound there. This one must have a... Ooh, that's our spaceships. How are we feeling about that? I'm feeling pretty good about this one right here. I wonder if I need to sound that in. It's got such a long attack on that. Okay, let's try that. I'm recording now. And I'll let that go. All right, let's hear how that turned out. Going for the space-aged freakiness. I want to see that robotic Freaky Teddy at some point. Oh man, I think it was last week I was talking about. I was painting the picture. You get these guys in their car and they're playing the music that you're hearing here, and we're making that music now. And then they got robotic Freaky Teddies DJing the tapes on Tascam in the future. Yeah, I got to pull that out. Give me a go follow me on Instagram. I take all the best little snippets and post it there. That's a lot of fun. That's where you can reach me as well. If you need, send me a message, my friend. I will be on Instagram till the end of time. Yeah. How'd that one turn out? Oh, yes. I do it for the crunch. Now, can we tell that this tape loop is longer than the others? Not really, I guess, because you got the pitch control. That's cool. Here, give you a little... Yeah. Yeah, if we got JJ Huggins in the chat, email me some of those old songs. I'm talking about Dandelions, Bumblebees. I want to play that. Because it's springtime. Just do me a quick email. I'll pull it out. And we can show everyone. That'd be nice. I like making orders from the live stream. You do this. You build me a Freaky Teddy robot. You find me all the 303s on the planet. Now, here's another image. No, I'll save that one for later, but that was a cool image. Take a guess. Happy springtime, Kiara. It's okay, I'm having too much fun here. This is cool. I was talking to my dad the other day about tape loops, and there's something about the tape loop that, and I don't know, maybe we can all chat this up, but it's got this hypnotic thing. It's repeating. It's not necessarily repetitive. It's almost hypnotizing. Like Bill Alexander. Now it's time to hypnotize. Much crunch. That's what Hen's saying. I started to sound like I'm saying the things to these people. No, I'm saying what they're saying in the chat. I just have like so much happiness for some reason right now. I think it's because I finally got that tape loop working and it sounds so good. That's nice. I hope you agree. Let's set up for track 3. Let's make this even better. And I think we'll keep with the spirit of switching the patch. Yeah. That's the same patch. We gotta switch it, but ooh, that's a nice one. That one's called On the Run. I wonder if they're talking. I know I put in a bunch of old DX7 patches in here, but that sounds like Outrun, which I don't think was a phrase back in the 80s. It's so hard to get tempos. We messed around with that last week, and we got a 5-beat tape loop, and it's cool. I like it. Let's see. We got Kiara saying I should do a tape week when I reach a certain number of subscribers. Yeah, that'd be great. Guys, give me a subscribe. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, if I can get 1,000 subscribers, I'll do tape week today. Share my content to everyone you know. Let's do a little bit of network marketing here. So Electric Archaic is on top of the pyramid, and you are all down here. And you gotta go get 3 people to subscribe to my channel, and then we'll do a tape week tonight. If you can. Call me if you can. That'd be fantastic. 1,000 subscribers in one day. Oh, man. I think one of the reasons why I start losing it is because it gets really hot in the studio. I got 6 computers running, tape machines, mixers, and just general happiness. Happiness is a hot feeling, right? Unless you're trying to keep it cool. It's just so cool, my friends. Okay, I'm a big joker today. we gotta finish something. I'm trying to finish this tape loop. I do want to do like a beat to it, but I just don't even want to mess with that. We're gonna go for a drone. I wonder if I can get that to just hang on a little longer than it is. It's like we got the 2 decay things right here. Wow, that's some serious Terminator vibe. It's like glassy digital. All right, now, should I pick a different note for that? Oh, it's getting freaky in here. I don't want to do the same note that I'm already doing, but that's kind of cool. Let's see if I can. I'm recording now. Just let that ring out for a bit. Hopefully that turned out pretty good. I kind of like to wing it. Yeah, we got the DX. I like to call it a DX7 because that's what it's trying to be, but it's not. That'd be like me calling a TD3 a 303, and you know you gotta be specific when you're trying to get scientific. But sometimes you can let it slide. That's really ringing out there, though. I think maybe it'll stop. I don't know. One trick, I think you can change the patch and just go all clear, All done. How did it turn out on track 3? I got to make this exciting for you guys because it's taken for freaking ever today. Let's hear that one on solo. Oh, yeah. That's cool. Ooh, it's got some popcorn in the mix. It's very poppy. Might be too poppy for my liking. I don't know. Should we try that one again? Not the biggest fan of that. Okay, let's pop it in the mic line mode. Turn this down. And then make sure everything else is safe. Oh, dang it. Yeah. That's why we might want to be lazy on there because I gotta, well, I'm so lazy I can't do this. Check it out. It's fast. You gotta take the tape out. The problem is I can't really see what I'm doing, so I gotta get up in there when I put that back onto the electromagnet. But let's clear that track 3. Just boom, and I'll just watch for the splice twice. Okay, there it goes. I'm erasing that track because it had a nasty popcorn. We'll call that popcorn popping on the poppy flower tree. Is that such a thing? On the apricot tree. How does it sound? I gotta go back to tape and then safe. Let's hear. Maybe this is just gonna be a poppy track. Huh. Now, if there's some overlap with the cassette tape, I think that it can cause some problems. That's where we're gonna get that splicing block. Maybe I won't ever have to deal with that again. I've been leaning into it. It's a feature, not a defunction. It's defunct. Oh, it looks like the VHS camera that is on my Tascam is getting its color back. Let's see if it can time up with the splice. Oh, no. Anyways, I got a freaky video mixer that needs a little bit of help. That might be good enough. Okay, I got to get the tape back on the electromagnet so we can do our sound on sound. Whoops, sorry about that. Okay. We got Kiera in the chat. She's saying, pop it in the microwave. Now, that would be interesting. I don't think I'm going to do that, but I imagine if you put a cassette tape in the microwave, it would just go... And then it would look a little bit the way Freaky Teddy looks right now. I'm watching you, Freaky. Let's try that again. Let's see here. All right. Gotta plug in my synthesizer. Mic line. Put it on track 3. Get a healthy level there. Let's see. Well, that sounds pretty much the same as... Now, let's find something a little different. Maybe that was a hookup. Sometimes the mistakes are actually a hookup. Ooh, that's a nice note, though. I just don't really care about having that LFO on 2 of the tracks. Let's find a different patch. Maybe we need a higher pitch one since we got some low ones. Maybe I'll just do one little sonar pop on here. Kind of like that. Trying to get the release to be a little bit longer than... Yeah, that'll do. Let's try it out. I'm gonna look for that splice, maybe. Oh no, what am I gonna do? It'll sound like a sonar pop if I just do one note, but if I do two notes, it'll kind of sound like more of a melody thing. Or maybe that's a call and response. I can't decide. I'll decide when I hit the record button here. I went for the one. One. Ping under the water. So I guess this would be, ooh, that's cool. Cyberpunk Submarines. Yeah, that's what I'll have to call this tape. Cyberpunk Submarines. Maybe the color will be back now. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it's glitching. That looks really cool, though. I love the analog effects I'm getting. It's different every time. That's the cool thing about analog stuff. Similarly with the tape loops, when you try to... Don't even try to make the same thing twice. And why would you? Okay, set it into tape mode. Let's hear that sonar. We're in a submarine in the future. Ooh, reverb. Well, enjoy the snap, crackle, pop on the tape loop. I will get a splicing block. That was Liminal that suggested that, right? Thank you, Liminal, in the chat. Now we've started up the reactor. Helium reactor of love in the submarine. Cyberpunk submarines. We got cyberpunk submarines. Underwater. You know what would go great with these cyberpunk submarines? Some of our tape loop dolphins. Maybe I can whip that up here before we finish up this tape loop. Yeah, an old tape delay unit would be cool. Were you here, Gonzin, when I pulled out the Sony, is it a TCM? I think, well, I got it right there on the floor, but I made a DIY tape delay out of that. Now, I got it, that's gonna happen for Tape Week, but I might have to have another table or something, but I could have the two Tascams going. We can have the Sony TCM 3-head tape machine doing tape delay, and we would just make all of the best tape loop crunchiness that the world has ever known. I like this tape loop a lot, but I wanted to hear those dolphins. Ooh. It's so funny. I own about 1 trillion tape machines, and they're all in a slightly different room. I got the dolphin tape loop. What I can do, where did that go? It's right here. Yeah, Tape Tuesday, episode 6. That's the dolphins. That will go great with our cyberpunk submarine. I think I can do some Ableton magic with this really quick somehow. Yeah, give me just a minute. Let's make some dolphins happen. So I'm going to record a little soundscape for you here. This is kind of like a preview of my Ease show. Some nice live tape looping. Maybe I can loop it. Nice. Nice and easy. What was it? On Feedback Friday, I had some of those rain samples. I got a lot of cool stuff coming up for you guys. Some nice soundscapes. We got an album coming out with Kiera a little bit later this summer. That's going to be amazing. All right, just trying to get a nice loop going here. And then I'll do a quick looperoonie in Ableton, and we'll pull out the dolphin tape. Okay, so that ought to do the trick there. Now remember, we still got one more track to do. You know, it would be kind of cool to add a dolphin onto that, but I think that's just the submarine. You know, the dolphins aren't trapped on the submarine, but that does remind me of what Captain Kirk did with the whales on that one movie. Now listen here, Jim. Dolphins! Where is our dolphin tape? What did I do with that? Tape Tuesday, episode 6. We made a dolphin tape. And I imagine that's the right one. What if it's something totally different? I don't know. That's it. All right. That's fun. We got to do some things a little bit different here every now and then. Now I can bring you the dolphins. This one's for Marlene in the chat and all you other dolphin creatures out there. My doll friends. We got Fruscian in the chat. Let me know if I mispronounced your name. I don't like to mispronounce people's names, but I do like to make up my own nicknames for you. Where's Master Tiger? We got Master Ty in the chat. Okay, Fruscian in the chat. They're saying, got the same Tascam, got it last week, really love it. The only thing with it is that it is at 2 times the speed. Oh boy. So I am planning to show you guys my modification. I can show you what it does, but maybe give me a subscribe and come on next week. Oh man, I got a lot of stuff I got to think about for next week, but I want to show you guys the modification, or maybe if I remember when I'm watching back later, I'll post the link that I used to modify my Tascam. It's the guy did it on the smaller Tascam, but it worked here. I don't know. I did it was a couple years ago, but as you can see, maybe back here, you see there's some wires back there. Let me turn on the VHS overhead. You see those little jumper wires back there? See, I don't like to drill into the faceplates of my machines because I feel like I would be a very bad historian if I did that. Yeah, the dolphins agree. Don't do that. But these little jumper cables, can you see those? When I unplug them, then now my Tascam is running at normal Tascam speed, and those dolphins will be really happy to see you. So I'll put this drone on. I'm trying to tune it up, but I guess it doesn't matter because I'm just going to change it. So when I plug these back in, you'll hear it drop down to Walkman speed. So that's quite the difference in speed there. And I really like that because then I can play normal tapes in my Tascam. I think there's a Fostex studio tape machine similar to this, a 4-track recorder, and it has a normal speed and then the kind of the studio speed. And the idea behind that is that you would use a high bias tape, which is a higher quality chrome tape instead of like a ferric, which is usually the normal kind of tape you would get if you went into a record shop and just bought a pre-recorded cassette tape with music on it. It's usually just on a ferric oxide tape, and that just means it's got iron particles that are being magnetized. And now the chrome type 2, I guess, is chrome would react magnetically. Now I got to get into my I'm a scientist, let's let it slide. Yeah, I gotta know. I like to know about the science behind these things. But well, that was great. I'm glad we got the inspiration to break out the dolphin cassette tape. You can't see that. I got so much stuff going on here. Yeah, that's the dolphin tape. That was Tape Tuesday, episode 6. But we're currently on, it's still episode 8. Wow. And our cyberpunk submarine has descended into the salt layer. You guys ever see those documentaries about Deep Under the Sea, where they have these brine layers? And I imagine that the sound would be tuned down in the brine layer. And we lost our dolphins because dolphins don't go that deep. You gotta call up your friend, Mr. Muscle. Okay, let's get back up here. Oh, it's pulling. Come on, let's get up. Let's get back into the normal marine layer. We're going up a little bit higher. I thought I had it on the middle there, though. Well, let's get back to business. We got one more track. Oh, well, it's been a lot of fun. You guys got to let me know in the chat if you do want me to make that micro cassette loop. I have all the gear right here to do that. But maybe we've run out of time. I know I like to go long time for ya, but this is the time where I get a little squirmy. I gotta get outside. I gotta get my sunshine. Okay, we gotta finish this last track. I'll do it. I'll do the micro cassette tape loop today, but that means it's gonna be a long show. Oh, it already feels like tape week. How am I ever going to do tape week? Yeah, I think we need to bump. What if I get 500 subscribers and then I'll do a tape week? I'll just be ready. As soon as I hit 500 subscribers, boom, it's tape week. Yeah. It's your job to like and subscribe. Share my channel. I think I'm getting better at the harmless self-promotion. Wait a second, I was always doing that. Let's see what I'm doing on the task cam. I'm flipping it into modes. Track 4. Let's hear what we're working with. I like to tune it up. So we got our... I love this, you guys. Yeah, can we come up with anything cooler today? This is the Cyberpunk Submarine. I'm going to do an underwater city soundscape. That's ease. I don't know. Maybe that'll be the episode 2. We'll be under the sea. Hey, we got our dolphin tape. That's great. Okay, so I need some inspiration in the chat for some other underwater-related sounds. Because, you know, if you stick around with me, we're going straight to the top like a bubble in the sea. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, enough jokes. Let's finish it up here. Get our level going. Hey, maybe I should do the other note on another track. See, I did decide to do just the one sonar ping there. Yeah, let's do another ping. That'll be cool. Then we'll have 2 cyberpunk submarines happening. Maybe the lower one. But like the higher pitch one should be louder. Because the lower one would be further away. It doesn't really matter, does it? Sweet. Let's hear how that sounds. It's all about the sound. Analog. Well... Here, I'll hard pan those. Now it'll really sound like a call-in response. That's cool. They could even be 2 different underwater stations just staying online. I'm swimming in for ya. That reminds me of Kiara's newest release. She's got a new track out called Swimmin' In. It's like a psytrance techno. I want to check that out. Yeah, Kiara. We make a lot of music, her and I. That one's really cool. It's on, what, Aboga Tech. Aboga Records. Swimmin' In. Blue? Yeah, I need to make some tape loops that have the bloom. What is it? What kind of sounds do turtles make? Welcome to the sounds of the seagrass. The Cyberpunk Submarine Soundscape. Wow, that was fantastic. I love that tape loop. And that's our beautiful, pretty tape loop that took us so much time to make. Let's get a nice look at that tape loop here. Oh, what a beauty. Yeah. Oh, baby. How we all feeling? Yeah, it's always a little bit weird when all the music stops. I didn't get to show you. Well, no, I did show you last week's tape loops, but there's the dolphin one, and then we got the ugly duckling one. Should we just make another tape loop? I usually only make one, but since it took so long, maybe we should get the ugly duckling one out here. It's got to be underwater themed. It doesn't have to be, but what are we doing? How are we feeling? I'm willing to let y'all go, but looks like we got 20 people watching. Wow. Give me a like and subscribe. We're trying to get to Tape Week. And I think I've decided when I get to 500 subscribers, gosh, my channel's so small. I feel so big, but my channel is so small. Give me a like and subscribe. 500 subscribers, we'll do Tape Week. And like I said, if I can get 500 subscribers tonight, I'll start Tape Week today. Oh boy, what am I promising on live television? Yikes. Give me some love in the chat. Let's see how the chat's doing. I got to catch up. But I'm going to play you something. I can't just be reading in silence over here. This one is Tape Tuesday episode 01. We made 2 tapes, though, that day. This is tape 2 from episode 1. That'll be kind of cool. You probably can't read that. Me and my freaky analog life. I'm going to do a little catch up in the chat. We got Hen in the chat saying sub. You want to hear some sub for the submarine? Yeah, what would I do that with? Pull out the Volca keys? Do a nice square wave or low sub? Or should I just... Is that subby enough for you? Let me know, Hen. Is that is that low enough for ya? That's cool. Oh, we got Guinevere in the chat. Dropping dolphin emojis. Hey, did you catch the dolphins? That's for ya, my doll friend. We got Master Tiger still here. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. What are we doing? Do we have a vote on if we're going to wrap this show, or are we going to do a... Here are the options here. We record some more sounds on the Ugly Duckling cassette tape that used to be a Batman tape. It's not a Batman tape anymore. We try to make a tape loop out of a micro cassette, or we save that for next week, or I let you guys all go to sleep. In my case, I'd be going right outside to get my sunshine. We got Gonzin in the chat saying shove it all through a pitch shifter down a few octaves. I can do that. Just takes a moment here. Yeah, that's as low. Wait, wow, that made a massive delay. Now I got that weird thing where I'm hearing myself on a slap delay. It's like hurts my brain. Makes it hard for me to talk. I don't think you guys can hear that delay, but I sure can. That's pretty low. That's the pitch shifter. I want to modify my... Whoa, that's hard to talk. You guys ever had that before where you're talking in a microphone and the latency makes your brain go slow? It's a weird feeling. That's a cool sound. It sounds like an underwater mining operation. But they're mining for love. I'm just gonna record that a little bit. It sounds cool. And then we got our submarines going again. Yeah, I think this will be a preview of kind of the vibe I'm gonna go for Ease, episode 2. That's Ease, Electric Archaic, Soundscape Expeditions. Maybe if I just take my headphones off, I can talk without getting all freaked out by the latency here. Whoa, it sounds so cool for me. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but maybe I should. Let's just see. Last week I let a cassette tape just unspool like craziness, and now maybe we should just take my working Ableton radio show project and just let it go all over. Welcome to the undersea fantasy land. It's not an island. It's not real. It's a fantasy in your own mind. Join us at the Shrimp Farmers Mining Shop. Get yourself some stir-fry squid. And let all your dolphin friends join in the fun. And remember, stay off of the underwater highway. We have a massive submarine transport headed your way. And later on, we'll have Crazy Jim and his brother, who is so dim, on the dolphin stage. We got Jim. Head on down to Electric Archaic Shrimp Shack for some crunchy analog treats. Stay away from the surface. Let's go deep into your mind. This is an imaginary underwater wasteland That, my friends, is the magic of the cassette tape loop. We got Kiera in the chat asking, how many underwater soul lifetimes have we all had? Well, if you're counting microfauna, millions. Millions of microfauna lifetimes underwater. I guess that's the underwater sea character there. I'm getting out of character. Wow. I love echo. Echo, 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 echo. Echolocation. Yes. Echolocation. Come on down to JJ's Guitar Shack and pick yourself up an echolocation guitar pedal today. We'll throw in a side of shrimp. Some analog crunchy shrimp. Well, that's the tape loop we made today. All right, people, let's actually decide what we're going to do with our lives here. It's been 2 hours. I got 2 hours of your time. What if I did all my radio shows with a crazy echo on all the time? Amateur audio production hour. It sounds so cool, but you can't hear anything I'm saying. Yeah. well, geez. I got the micro cassettes. I just feel like that's going to take too much time today. Give me a subscribe. I want to do this. If I get 3 votes in the chat, we'll make a tape loop out of these micro cassettes right now. If I get 17,000 subscribes, I'll stay on live stream for the rest of my life. No, the other option really was the Ugly Duckling cassette. The infamous, the problematic. We'll make another cassette tape loop. We'll just record it. No screwdrivers. I'm a tape looper, Jim, not a technician. See you later, doll friend Guinevere. We got Hen, ready for tape week. You guys are all ready for tape week, except for me. It's been great. See you next time, Guinevere. Give us a squeak or two. I gotta practice on my dolphin squeaks. How was that one? I got tape loops for that. We gotta send Guinevere off here. All right. Or we could just go. It's very hot in the studio. Maybe I'll let you go. We got to save something for next time, right? Let's do it. Until next time, next week. That was a very fun episode. Episode 8, that will always be an episode. That's great. I'm going to send you off with my Electrified Rain. I am putting together a really, really cool live stream show for that. See you later, Liminal. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to subscribe. If we're ever going to do Tape Week, I got to get those 500 subscribes. Have a good one, Gonzin. Kiera, yeah, wicked vibes today. Hen, micro dolphins. We will maybe do dolphins on the micro cassette. I only have a couple of these micro cassettes I can make tape loops out of, unless I really figure out how to do it with one that doesn't have screws in it. Maybe it's easier than it looks, but that's the trick. At least, I always say that's the trick with normal cassette tapes. You gotta have screws to do what you want to do with the loop. Where'd those micros go? I had a whole pack of... this is gonna be the... Oh, there they are. This is cool because they're in a case that's similar to a cassette case. It might be a little bit... Oh, it's the same size. Whoever... that's Panasonic. Whoever. Hey, thanks, Panasonic. And these ones are extra special, and I'll show you why. We're going to do this next week. I want to get more into micro cassettes, and then what I can do is we can do the micro cassette dolphins on a micro cassette tape loop, and we can feed it into the Tascam onto a normal cassette loop, and it will have a loop. We'll have loops and loops, and then I'll play you my song, Loops for Lifetimes. That's on my album, Funko Wonko. Maybe I'll play you that song. But if you see here, there are screws in these very, very tiny micro cassettes. So we could just pop it right open. I don't know. I've been tempted to... I'm going to save it. We're going to save it for next week. So give me a like and subscribe. I'm out here for ya. And wow, Tape Week. I have a feeling that's coming up soon. We can get to 500 subscribers. Share my channel with your your friends who like this type of freakiness. I don't want people to just follow and then unfollow because they're not down to swim in the depths with the crazy electric archaic vibe and the chat family. Once again, I love you all, and I love this planet. And I know that you love this planet too, especially the underwater mystery of it. Never, ever, 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 ever forget that you're the one, and we're the ones. And together, we're gonna make a better tomorrow. Let's think about everything we can do to make the oceans blue. We'll see you next week for Tape Tuesday.